our interview, I went to the Hilton Garden Inn at 245 North College Avenue here in Bloomington. I was able to speak with Matthew Krogson. He is the assistant GM there. He was able to answer my questions and give me some real insight into how the business works. So the first thing I asked him was why you're interested in the hospitality business. And he said that he just started working at the front desk when he was in college, and he liked it. He liked putting on the persona and dealing with guests and just being good at it. And so he sort of stayed around and eventually came to where he is now. The history of the business, in 2006, he said it was founded. It's always been a white lodging property, always been with them. It's always been a full service hotel. It's always been a rate leader for the entire market here in Bloomington. The specific target population they're going after is mostly business travelers, especially Sunday through Thursday. But then on the weekends, they get a lot of leisure travelers, especially parents of students here at IU. They're visiting either for sporting events, maybe, academic events, graduation's a big one. The big revenue sources they have there are, number one, the rooms. That's the biggest one, obviously. Second was catering, he said. They get a lot of catering business, especially in the Kirkwood area. And third, the restaurant attached is another big source of revenue, but it's smaller than the other two. And those are the three main ways they get money there. They have about 75 staff members, they said, each one a little different than the other. And each position, he said, has a one-on-one training program, either with a supervisor, a manager, or some other senior employee, so that they can pass on the skills that they need to do their job effectively and to enjoy working there. So in terms of marketing efforts and marketing plans, they say they take place in just about every Hilton campaign they can, nationwide, statewide, even locally here in Bloomington. They are a preferred vendor of the Visit Bloomington organization, which does a lot to bring in tourism here to Bloomington, which goes hand in hand with lodging. They also are a preferred vendor of IU, so if IU is bringing in guests that they can't house here on campus or at the Biddle maybe, they'll recommend them to the Hilton Garden Inn. Speaking of the Biddle, I also asked him how having a hotel on campus affects business for him, and he said that they don't really mix a lot. The Biddle has its own sort of specified market, and the Hilton has its kind of specified market, and they don't really meet as much as you think they would. He said that the Hilton also has its own special rewards programs, which keep specific people coming back time and time again, regardless of the location of the Biddle or other prices of other hotels. And just some special observations he made was that it's a feast or famine market here in Bloomington. Either everyone's busy or no one's busy at all. There's not really much medium time in a town like this, especially with such a major campus in the heart of it. So the thing I learned most from this interview was just that the relationships you have, well, as a management professional, the relationships you have with your employees can make or break your business. He said that that's one of the most important things you can have in a business is just being well known among your employees and having them really know what you're wanting from them. He said that really that the most important resource you have is people, and I would agree with that. I also thought that there was a lot of class knowledge that I was seeing in the things he was saying. A lot of that was theoretical in class, but then when he's talking about it, it has a much more practical feel, has a much more applicated feel than just sitting in a classroom hearing about it, as opposed to seeing it in action at a hotel. And finally, it just really reaffirmed my desire that I want to work in hotels. I can't really explain why, but I just really like hotels. They just have a great atmosphere around them. They're very welcoming, and that's something I really like. I like welcoming people. I like being hospitable, and so hotels are just a great fit for me, I think. But all in all, I enjoyed this, so thanks.